We back. We live. Hi, I'm KD, and welcome to So Get the Podcast. Let's get the show started. So today I would like to start with MJ. I know. Most people might. The MJ is Michael Jordan and or Magic Johnson. To me, the real MJ is Michael Jackson, right? God rest his soul, but that's the real MJ to me. But today is about Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan. So first, I start off with Michael Jordan. So came across my radar that Michael Jordan is possibly selling ownership of the Charlotte Hornets. So also that I've heard that he's might be interested in being part of the purchasing the Commanders, right? The football team. So it's very interesting. So I came across some information that it's a New York investment firm being interested in ownership of the Commanders. In addition, the person claimed that Jordan himself would be interested in becoming part of an official bid for the Commanders. Won't be a bad look. He also informed that Jordan, with this process, will be first selling his stake in the NBA Charlotte Hornets first before he look forward to, I guess, investing in the Commanders. Jordan actually paid a reported $275 million for the majority stake in the Hornets 2010, thus being the majority owner for 13 years. Now, as the president, he was the president of basketball operations for the Hornets. For the Washington Wizards. He was drafting talent and evaluating talent. He seemed as though that he struggled with that. So if people are looking for Michael Jordan to purchase the Commanders, they have to be wary of how he evaluates talent. Now, of course, he would definitely hire someone, right? Should hire someone. But if he is part of purchasing the franchise, he could do whatever he wants, right? But what's best for the actual franchise and or the community, I believe he should definitely involve someone that have a background and or the skill set to evaluate talent. Now, he's Michael Jordan. He's arguably the best basketball player in the world. My opinion, I believe that's King James. Believe he's the best basketball player, but I'm not gonna go back and forth with that. But overall, it's a great look if Jordan is deciding to be involved in purchasing the Commanders. If anything comes of this, the Commanders fans will be instantly hoping Jordan remains outside of evaluating player talent. For instance, right, when he was the basketball operation. In 2001, the NBA draft, Jordan passed on the likes of Tyson Chandler, Paul Gasol, Joe Johnson, Richard Jefferson, and Sean Battier to choose a high schooler, Kwame Brown, first overall. And I remember that. That was very interesting. I believe he had a video of him practicing with Kwame Brown, Michael Jordan, right? And I don't believe at that time Jordan wasn't doing anything of that magnitude, right? But when you're in business, people tend to try different things as far as marketing wise. But anyway, he was the first ever high schooler, Kwame Brown, to go number 1 overall. Each of the other players mentioned here had much more productive careers than Brown, respectfully though. Another example was the Charlotte 2000 2006 draft, when Jordan, as the head of the basketball operation, chose Gonzaga, Adam Morris. I'm not sure if you guys remember that individual player in 2006. Excuse me, I had to turn the phone off. As the third overall selection, an astounding selection. Seeing Brandon Roy, he was a baller. Fortunately, injuries derailed his career. I believe both his knees, if I ain't mistaken. Maybe ankles as well for Brandon Roy. Also, that was in that draft was Rudy Gay. He was pretty decent as well. Were much better athletes and still available for Jordan to select during that time. So it's a good look. It's a good name for the Commanders to possibly sell to Michael Jordan and or Magic Johnson. That's the latest news. Magic Johnson just now joining the bin war for Commanders. There's other potential buyers, but this most likely would be a group decision, a team to purchase this franchise, which is the Commanders. I'm looking forward to seeing in the very, very near future who would be the new owner, because DC needs to uplift this community. It's just a lot that's taking place in the world today, and that type of status of either or MJs would definitely bring awareness and will highlight what's going on in Washington, D.C., if you're not familiar with what's going on in Washington, D.C. So I'm looking forward to that. I would definitely wait and see and let that play itself out. And because they would definitely, if chosen to sell to one of the MJs, the economy would definitely be much better, right? It would be much better. I don't know too many people that would not want to support and or work under the guidance of Magic Johnson or Michael Jordan, because they are who they are, right? So moving forward, something else that came across my radar, Amazon now is projecting to cut another 9,000 more jobs. So unfortunately, it seems like they just, but respectfully, they have to do what's best for the company, right? CEO sent out a memo to the staff. The latest cut coming after the company announced earlier this year that it was eliminating some 18,000 positions as part of major cost-cutting bid at the e-commerce giant. Job cuts will take place in the coming weeks and will mostly impact people working in the following divisions, right? Amazon Web Services, People Experience and Technology, and Advertising, and Twitch. Yeah, a lot of people are on Twitch, right? Live streaming and video gaming and stuff like that. This was a difficult decision for them. This is the CEO saying, but one that would think is best for the company long term. That's what they wrote in the memo. Amazon, like a number of other big tech companies, also rapidly grew its headcount during the early days of the pandemic. But at the end, the CEO also stated that the hiring process made sense given what was happening in our business and economy as a whole. However, given the uncertainties in which we reside and the uncertainty that exists in the near future, we have chosen and headcount. In a separate memo to Twitch staffers, Twitch CEO Dan Clancy confirmed that the Amazon-owned live streaming platforms was letting go of some 400 employees. First and foremost, So Gifted is definitely always looking for talent, entrepreneurs, people that are looking for opportunities that can bring them not only financial gains, but financial wealth, generational wealth, right? So if you are looking for something different and or something that you want to try and you're tired of going through the same things, give the company a reach out. We'll definitely listen, and we definitely will have something available for you. So also that came across my radar, FDA. Oh gosh, like, I appreciate that. FDA, right? They have recall issues. Walmart, Costco's, and Trader Joe's. Multiple retailers recall products this week that should have consumers checking their pantries and freezers for the item affected, right? So when a company issues a recall, its purpose is to protect the consumer. Always should be protecting the consumers. Will issue a voluntary recall to customers, return the products affected, and receive a full refund. That's good, even if the product has been opened. Today, with the ability to track all shipments of products, production companies can determine where all the possible packages went and help reduce risk to the public, even if the product is only suspected to be contaminated. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration work with organizations to reach consumers by issuing a recall. In most cases, the companies work alongside the FDA and issue a recall as well, right? So if a company does not work with the FDA would do a forced recall. Recalls have class levels that are based on the level of risk to the public. It's not good. A class level recall has the lowest risk, class level 2. That was class level 1 I just read. The class level 2 has moderate risk, and class level 3 has the highest level of risk to the consumer. Coast-to-coast recalls. Walmart is one of the major chains affected by the latest food recalls. The retailer's recall concerns 581 case. Oh my gosh, these people. The snacks, strawberry, granola, and Greek yogurt. And the Parfait bar has a possible contamination. Another major recall, Costco's and Trader Joe's, right? In the frozen fruit section, this is crazy. Fruit company, the FDA announced a recall for the Kirkland Signature brand frozen strawberries, 4-pound bags, Trader Joe's frozen tropical fruit blend for possible contamination. The production has stopped until the FDA completes its investigation into what caused the contamination to the product. When it comes to food, when it comes to the money, when it comes to, I don't know, just balloons being thrown in the air, it's just a lot that's going on, and it's just a lot going on, and people just need to wake up. I'm not sure why you all are some still sleep, just need to wake up. But to each his own, you know, some people love to sleep, right? Get your beauty sleep, as they say, right? They say 8 hours a day. I feel like you sleep that much, you might miss something. But that's just me. To each his own, however you want to be identified. Okay, so something else came across my radar, right? Something always come across my radar. Credit and debit cards. Visa and MasterCard, to be specific, right? A federal appeal court upheld a $5.6 billion antitrust class action settlement with more than 12 million retailers that accuse Visa Inc. and MasterCard Inc. of improperly fixing credit and debit card fees. The Second U.S. Circuit Court to appeal in the Manhattan rejected claims that a class action should not have been certified because of the confessions over who deserved compensation, and that the $523 million legal fees awarded to the retailers' lawyers was too high. That's too high. It's too less. But among the ejectors were a group of gas stations operators for oil companies such as Chevron and Shell. Gas stations involved too. The operators and the companies both claimed to have been injured after accepting Visa and MasterCard for gas sales. Settlement Resolve claims that Visa and MasterCard overcharged retailers on interchange fees, swipe fees when shoppers use credit and or debit cards, and retailers from directing consumers toward cheaper means of payments. By any means, they just trying to get their money. So, what's going on? Selling retailers will be bringing further claims from within the 15 years. Well, they can't speak on the 15 years class period, and for 5 more years after the settlement became final. Court paper shows. Can't even speak on it. You're getting paid. Shouldn't. The settlement had won approval from the U.S. District Judge. This back in Brooklyn, December 2019. 3.5 years after the appeal court voided a $7.25 billion accord approved by a different judge because of the shortchange some retailers. The retailer's lawyer had billed for 630,000 hours of work, or about 72 calendar years, and could collect more if Visa and MasterCard anti-competitive behavior resume and more unsuit. I'm tired. You know, I'm really tired. That's what's going on. The people are suffering, and every day they go out, every morning, every night, to do what needs to be done. To provide for themselves and their loved ones and their family, and just to have something left behind if something ever would happen to them, right? And it seems as though they are fighting for their lives. Outside of that, they fight for everything they own. It's very unfortunate that the people who are losing out as far as their money and their finances and what's owed to them. It's long overdue. It's time to give what's owed. Right. Something else came across my radar. So, wasn't gonna say too much about it, but I'm gonna say something about it. The Michael Irvin situation. Not sure exactly what happened, but for what they are projecting, what happened from via his lawyer, I believe, showing the footage of him being in a hotel, which he'd been barred from every last hotel. I believe that was the. I don't want to make a mistake on the hotel he was at, but the hotel he was checking in, or I guess going to a bar. I'm not sure. Most likely checking in. He supposedly had an altercation with a woman there. In the footage and a video, it showed that they were just interacting. You couldn't hear anything. You're just watching the video. Just from the video, it just didn't seem as much as what they proclaim it to be. So now Michael Irvin is fighting back with a lawsuit. The athletes from John Morant, Michael Irvin, and anyone else that are in the public life, you guys gotta do something else, right? Something else that came across too as well. Cam Newton, he made a video. I believe he's going to be throwing at the Auburn Pro Day. And they talking about him coming back to the league, possibly, or whatever the case may be. Cam said that there's no 32 quarterbacks in the league that's better than him. Even at this age, what was he? He about 31, 32, 33. I would probably agree with him. It's not 32 quarterbacks right now today that's better than Cam Newton. But the narrative that they are painting, what was that, Skip and Shannon Sharpe, that he's not what he used to be? Well, you guys not what y'all used to. I don't. But he's still a professional at what he does, right? So Cam could definitely most definitely be a backup quarterback. But I don't recall him saying that he was available or he was actually trying to get back into the NFL. Yes, he is a free agent, but my opinion, he's doing very well off the field with his podcast and everything else that's taking place for him. He deals with the youth and when it comes to football, things of that nature. I don't believe he should go back to the NFL. I think he's probably living a better life right now. He's moving in the right direction. I believe most athletes, this time of discomfort when it comes to the league, these professional leagues, basketball, football, whatever it may be, just got to do what's best for you. And I understand, people have to work, and it's okay to have a job. There's nothing wrong with having a job. But as you can see, this is better for your health. Honestly speaking, you can actually help more when you go about it this way. So I don't know what they proclaiming that he was trying to do. If you ask me, that's marketing. What he's doing, I don't see him coming back in the NFL. But if he did, he is well deserving because he's Cam Newton. So he can definitely win some games still to this day. The last time I recall when he was playing, I believe it was the Patriots, New England Patriots. He definitely was. They was competitive. He was definitely throwing the football better than he ever have in his whole career. So now, as far as the numbers and was he MVP level, is it the same Cam Newton, Superman as he used to do? No, but he still can actually contribute to the game or any franchise and play. So to say all that to say this, just leave these athletes alone, man. I don't recall Cam ever really been in a troublemaking person or player, right? So for him to make a video of him saying he's, no quarterback, 32 quarterbacks is better than him. I mean, he's a competitor. What else you expect him to say? Like, I don't understand. But I won't be surprised if he did not come back to the NFL. So right now, I'm not sure who's going to buy the Commanders. But hopefully, whoever it may be, they think about the community, right? Now, like I stated, if you're the owner of anything, you can choose to do whatever you like. But if you want things to change, you have to do things the right way. Outside of just giving people opportunities, but you still have a good business practice, over here. So Gifting and EUSE and everything like that, that's what we do, right? That's what we specialize in. So at the end of the day, I just hope that whoever it may be, just do the right thing, and you would definitely forever be loved in the District of Columbia, just the whole DMV area itself, right? Because it's culture here, and it seems as though that the culture is somewhat fading a little bit, right? Myself have been installing good business practice and love and or appreciation of people here, not especially just DC, right? But they have to do better. You in business to make money? Yes, of course. We saw how that worked out with Dan Snyder, respectfully. It didn't get these communities, it didn't get too much far. So next in line, you just focus on the community and what's best and how to brand and or market. As of right now, the Commanders are definitely doing a marvelous job as far as branding and marketing, the new name and everything like that. So whoever comes in, just what they say, put the cherry on top, make everything better. But I just wanted to come here and just talk to you guys for a little bit at the end of the day, and I'm always here. And I appreciate everyone for tuning in and everything that's going forward and taking place in the world today. Protect yourself, love your loved ones, and let's just keep marching forward. Hi, I'm KD, and thanks. Let's go get the podcast. I'm out.